is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, and Shannon Gross.
Monday. Woo! Man, it's been a while. It's been, what, 2 weeks?
It has.
Missed you guys.
Missed you.
Shannon's mom went out and bought a new car.
She did?
She did.
Yeah, that's the most exciting thing we've had in the last 2 weeks.
What'd she get?
Randall Cobb doesn't excite you?
Shannon's mom went out and signed a new car. Bought a new car, excuse me.
She, some mid-size SUV.
Oh, yeah?
I don't remember exactly.
Mama Gross off her winnings, off her gambling.
Yeah. She didn't go get her a Corvette or anything.
She should have
Big
taken her
Cadillac or
own
something.
advice. She would have been able to get a Cadillac or something like that. Big old Buick.
Yeah.
In one of those. I just need to. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, especially someone else in this room. Someone has a new addition to their top lip.
It ain't me.
It ain't me. Nate, what you growing over there?
Man, you know what?
Is that a caterpillar?
I told my wife, I said, baby, I know you don't want to say it because you love your husband, but if I don't look like a homeless guy, I don't know what I look like. I've been trying for 2-3 months, and I'm like,
you just give up?
And every other day it's like, I'm going to get more homeless. After a while, my wife going to ask me to leave. Bro, I've been trying, bro. It's about, like I told her, I'm finna go bald head. I'm finna clean it all up.
What do you shaving everything?
Yeah, because I'm like,
even the goatee?
Bro, I may keep just this.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like, wow. I'm thinking, man, I'm old enough now. I can grow it in and get full in a month or two.
No.
A disaster, man. Like somebody hit me with a H-bomb or something, a hydrogen bomb, blew up my face, man.
Big ball, but
You still look good, though.
Oh, yeah.
But I said, when we signed D-Law, I shaved it. I'm like, they better hurry up because I can't hold on much longer.
Did you hear that? That's the that's the deal.
Wow.
Can't shave until D-Law signs.
Boy, what happens if it come July?
That's what I'm saying. Wow.
Let me ask y'all that for bringing that up. What do y'all think about that? What do you think about them obviously franchising him to protect him? But what do you think they should just go on and sign him?
I don't know. They must be pretty far apart on things because they haven't signed him yet. So it's hard to tell what's going on there. But it seems like D-Law is getting his feelings a little hurt here.
Yeah, in the beginning, but then it's kind of
Ain't no
gone
little.
quiet.
Ain't no little hurt.
Yeah.
They hurt big time.
Yeah.
They hurt big time, but
And you don't want to go into training camp with that still out there, do you?
Well, especially since he said he's not going to get surgery on his shoulder till he signs. So the longer you go, it's going to creep into training camp in the season. He was not going to be able to play. So I don't know. It's interesting. I saw Pro Football Focus came out with a little number today about DeMarcus Lawrence and Calais Campbell had the most stops at or behind the line of scrimmage in 2018, 22 each. So you're not going to get much better than him. I'm not sure what the holdup is.
I don't know what the Cowboys' position is on it, but I could see some worries. He's had injury problems. He had a great year last year. Obviously, he had an injury during the year. He wouldn't be getting surgery now, right?
Yeah.
So to me, that's an issue. But you've kind of already committed last year when you said, "Hey, just go play, do the right thing, and then we'll wrap you up." And then now it's kind of like, okay, where's this wrap up at?
Hey, what's the phone number to this show? Because you know what, I'm not going to defend either side. I just knew last year they had to kind of say, "Hey, man, he was trying to blow the doors open over here to get in here, sign his tender, his." And this year said, "I don't want to go through this next year. I'm gonna show y'all who I am and what I'm about." And now, it's putting us. We work for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm being straight up. We work for that. So now we gotta kind of ease our way through this because you don't want to offend the management, which they do allow us to say what we want as long as it's respectful. But you don't want to offend the kid that's trying to get signed. So I want the callers to be. So y'all call in here and tell me what y'all think so Shannon won't get himself in trouble.
No, I'm not going to get myself in trouble. It's tricky. I'm like you, Nate. I'm never going to fault a player for trying to get his money.
Nah, and I'm not going to fault management for trying to hold on to their money.
To do the right thing for the team and the organization.
So, but when something was already set from last year, you know, at least in DeMarcus Lawrence's mind, it's like, I'm set. Hey, I'm going in here and sign. I'm excited. You know, Cowboys never said, hey, you sign this and everything going to be all right. The D-Law said, hey, they tell me I come in here and do my thing, I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, but it's been a month or 3 weeks since the free agent market has opened up, and first people we heard to be franchise was our guy and one other guy. So,
and they don't use that tag very often. They used it on him last year, and then the person before was it Anthony Spencer was the last time they used it?
Dez. I think they used it on Dez.
And then Spencer, and then
haven't used it a whole lot, but I don't know. I guess, you know, he probably wants to be the highest paid defensive end, and the Cowboys are saying, well, you know, you're not.
I don't think he want to be.
I
don't think he want to be the highest paid defensive end. I think he want to be in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
does he deserve to be with Khalil Mack and, you know, those types?
You know what, sir? If we look on the tape and on the film, that question is already answered.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, I tell people you can sit here. We can, because I look at us as a group. We can look here and try to find reasons, not to. Well, maybe we ought turn on the film. I'll take him away from this team, and that answers your question. Pay him his money.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's go to the phones. Let's don't keep this guy waiting because his phone bill may go through the roof. Philip in France. How you doing, Philip?
Oh, I'm fine. How you doing, guys?
Doing great, man. Good. Thanks for calling.
Okay. You know, Kurt, I'm a nurse, and it's a pleasure to see your grow up again. That's a very good sign.
Thank you, sir.
Look at that. Look at that hair.
Congrats, man.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so I was just, it's been a long time. I didn't hear you, and I missed you. I was thinking a little thing. I think Coach Garrett is looking to really found the 90s, the Dallas Cowboys 90s formula to win. And I think they miss a real fullback, a la Daryl Johnson. And I wonder if you think they could find someone that could play that role for Zeke, because there's no more Emmitt Smith. I mean, I can go over the 1993 Reebok ad when he was meeting some people on the field. I'd like to know what are your thoughts about it. Thanks for taking my call. Have great days. Have a great spring, and I'll call you back. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, thanks, Philip. What do you guys think about that? They just re-signed Jameis Olawale.
Yeah.
So they think obviously that's their fullback.
Right.
What do you were on those 90s teams? Does Zeke need a fullback, or does that help him, hurt him?
No, Zeke don't need a fullback.
No.
But he can do whatever you ask him to do. If you put a fullback in front of him, he can adjust and make that happen too. Fullback keeps you don't have to always go for two tight ends. You can go one tight end fullback. It's just the options that you just a different option. But bottom line is, can you play? Mm-hmm. And Jameis is more of a special teams guy, and what tells us that is obviously because how many times did he play fullback last year?
Yeah, I won a lot.
I remember one time.
yeah. That's what I'm trying to stay away from. Is the bad. So You know, he's a special teams guy, and they'll use him when they see fit, when they think that the game plan puts him in the game. But I'm gonna tell you something, my friend. I would like to see Zeke like it was last year, 2 or 3 wide receivers, spread it out so Zeke can see everything and have good blockers up front, and let's go to work.
Let's go to work on these phones. James in Miami. What's up?
Hey, fellas. Been watching you guys for a while now. Very big fan of the show. And big fan of Nate Newton, man.
How you doing, James?
He used to play. Doing good, man. Doing good. Love it when you guys used to run it up in the 90s, early 90s, man. Missed that. But I got a question, or more of a, I don't know if the upper management listened to you guys or
no, they
at
don't.
all.
No chance. I hope they don't.
If they listen to us, man, they will be in cap hell.
Yeah, but I agree. I mean, the Earl Thomas signing, I mean, that he's a little bit too high as far as age-wise, and the type of money that he would be asking for, that's something that we probably wouldn't do. And because we need that cap space to get our key guys signed, right? Dak, Zeke, and Cooper. DeMarcus Lawrence, if he's not playing ball, I mean, why not trade him?
You're hearing some rumors about that.
You know what's so nice about your situation, sir, and my situation is, okay, when the next stud defensive lineman come up, we're going to trade him. And then when the next stud defensive lineman come up, we're going to trade him. And then we'll be saying, get another one. And then we'll be crying for another one. So when do we stop trading our good players or letting our good players, Hitchens and a few others, leave us, and then we have to start all over again? When do we sign one? That's just my question.
I mean, we can find. I mean, there's plenty of good defensive in the league, right?
Where?
I mean, you can find
for less than $13 million. Where?
Well, again, I don't know, but you can find a good defensive end. No,
sir. No, you can't say trade him, and we can find a good defensive end anywhere.
Okay,
for less than $13 million. Where can we find one? I'm telling you, if you tell me, I'll go to their office and tell them, here's one.
Right.
I'm with you.
Right. I understand, but he has value right now, right?
Right.
He has value right now. We can trade him for any stud, other good individuals and other teams. We can trade him for a Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey is on the block right now. They're asking for him to be moved. They're not happy with him internally.
Okay. We trade and get. Okay, I'm with you. We get Jalen Ramsey. Okay, who's gonna cover up? You talking about the linebacker, right?
Jalen Ramsey, cornerback.
Okay, excuse me, cornerback. Okay, don't you need a pass rush so Jalen Ramsey can be all he can be?
Our guys. The way that Marilani, what's his name, the defensive coach.
You can believe that all day, sir. You can believe that all day. We've been around here for the last 3 years begging and praying for a defensive end or somebody that can change the way we play defense. We got that guy in DeMarcus Lawrence. Now we want to give him away. And I would ask you one more time, who is the guy that's going to stand up and do that?
Like I said, I think that there's not a lot of great defensive ends like the J.J. Watts or the Clowneys of the world, but you can get a decent defensive end that can play the pass and make your linebackers cover up for the run game. I mean, we got killed during the Rams game because DeMarcus Lawrence was playing. He shows up in some games. Some games he doesn't show up at all. 10 sacks is good, but it wasn't like he was blowing the roof off.
His numbers are comparable to Khalil Mack's of the Chicago Bears. His numbers Khalil Mack. His numbers is comparable to Khalil Mack's, are better in some cases.
The last 3 years.
But I'll say this. DeMarcus Lawrence, he doesn't get double teamed all the time. Khalil Mack is an impactful player and gets pretty much double teamed every single time.
Sir, now let me ask you this right here. Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna let you go. You truly been watching Cowboy games?
Man, I've been a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan, even with my fans or my
But
friends.
let me say this right here, sir, respectfully. One fan to another and one man to another. I understand you're arguing your point and you want to be right. But, sir, I'm sorry. You're not right. And so you can say what you want, and I respect your opinion. And if we do trade DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but it's only maybe 4 or 5 guys in this league that are on that caliber. And if you say you've been watching Cowboy games, you know I'm telling the truth.
But we should always try to get better, though.
I agree we should get better. We should get better at our 3 technique. We should get better at our 1 technique, because that is where they was running the ball right up the middle. Yes, I understand. We should get a better 1 technique. We should get a better 3 technique, and that's where they was running the ball, not at DeMarcus Lawrence.
Thanks for the call, James.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate the opinion, man.
I'm surprised that there has been all this talk about trading him. I mean, I don't quite. And if you are going to trade him, you have to get a younger defensive end back, don't you? I mean, you can't just.
See, this is, I got into a debate, and I'm not going, because James is a good caller, and that's why normally I would just go off, but I understand as a man your conversation. I know you want to be right. That is fine. If you trade DeMarcus Lawrence, it's more in building a team and trying to build continuity. What do you tell the next guy that you draft and say, hey, man, if you do the job, we'll pay you? What do you tell him? What message do you send the rest of your locker room? They're saying, hey, okay, we know we said that we'll pay you if you do well. Okay, I done well. You signed Hicks away, Hitchens away. You signed several other guys away because, hey, the money was too much. I can understand because the cap was messed up.
Yeah.
We were in a bad, bad place. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying in my mind, hey, Nate, keep it real. Cap messed up. This year here, cap not messed up.
Yeah, but they're real worried about messing it up again.
Okay, if you are, it's other people you don't have to pay besides. What you got to make up in your mind is like James already made up his mind that, hey, we can win without D-Law. I don't think we can win without D-Law.
Right.
See, when you go to saying I can trade him, and I'll give you another example. Jimmy Johnson, he ain't going to get the players that Herschel Walker require, but Jimmy say, I can't win with Herschel. But what Herschel can bring me, I can turn into a winner. Mm-hmm. How about them Cowboys? So what you're saying is, if you trade D-Law, it's going to be for a first-round pick, at least one.
Right.
You have to have the right trade partner. That partner got to be a top 10 pick. If you trade D-Law and trade him to somebody and you get a 17 or below pick, now you're taking another shot. You're taking a shot in the air because you ain't got a top 10 pick. So now this is a deep draft for defensive linemen. This is a very, very deep draft. You're going to find great defensive linemen even in the second round. But you want a shot at the top 10, top 5 pick. If you trade him, what you get, a first and a third? What do you get for him? Because now we got to understand, people saying, hey, he hurt. Ain't he got to have surgery? Mm-hmm. Yep. So they looking at the same thing too. So when you talking about trading a guy off your team, now what that does for your locker room, what that does for your draft position, can you find the right partner? And if we lose this guy, can we make up for it in numbers as the players that we have? It's Taco Charlton. Oops, we don't have Gregory. Oops, we don't have David Irwin. Oops, we starting to miss guys. Now we done got rid of D-Law. Do you have, is Chris Covington good enough? Is the new guy Hyde good enough? I mean, you got to ask yourself these questions when you're talking about trading a guy of that caliber. Mm-hmm. So have you asked yourself that question?
Douglas, did you get some new toys over while we were out?
I did. New drops.
The drop machine back there today. Speaking of drop machines, Jay in Rhode Island. What's up, buddy? It's been a while.
Hey, guys. It's so good to hear from you again. I missed you guys. It's great to hear from you.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
You see my man Kurt Hatch just growing by leaps and bounds.
God bless him, man.
Hey,
Jay, it's good to hear from you.
Fantastic.
Whose hair
looks so great?
Whose hair is growing faster? Kurt's, the head on his hair, or Nate on his top lip?
I look bad, man. I need to trim, man.
That closely.
Well, I look bad, Jay. Don't even worry about it.
You look good, man.
Hey, Jay, what's on your mind today, man?
No, I just, you pretty much said, I was listening to you, everything that you said, about the dealer, situation. And I just wanted to take an educated guess on maybe what the sticking point might be, because I don't know what else it could be. But, I mean, he deserves Khalil Mack money because, like you said, they are very comparable. Plus, he plays the run so well. Plus, he's on the right side. Those guys do not grow on trees. The only thing I can come up with is maybe there's a sticking point on how many years he wants. Like, maybe he wants 6 years like Khalil Mack or 5 years, and the Cowboys are like, oh, we'll give you $63 million for 3 years or $80 million for 4, but we're not going to give you, $120 or $110 million for 5, because he is 27.
Right.
So do you think that might be a sticking point?
Sir, I don't know what the sticking point is. And like the caller before you, like I said, great call, great debate with James. I mean, I liked that. I mean, and we did it without hollering at each other. But every point is to be considered. I promise you, what James said, I promise you, Mr. Jones, Mr. Stephen Jones, Will, all those guys sat down and said, what if we trade him? What can we get here? Is the injuries a key? And the numbers, I'm with you. The numbers, Khalil Mack and Donald for the Rams, they messed it up.
Yeah.
They messed us up. If a guy sniffed 12 sacks, I'm like Khalil Mack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So you can blame Aaron Donald for more than one thing.
Right, yeah.
He screwed up the negotiations with D-Law, and he screwed up our playoff hopes.
Right. So, and I'm with you. All these things have to be taken into consideration. But one thing, if we trade this guy, this is what I ask from the Cowboys. Make sure we get the right trade partner. Because getting a trade partner that gives us a player at anything less than 15, I don't see it. What you feel about that?
Well, the way I've been giving that some serious thought as well. And as far as I'm concerned, a player of his stature, okay, Oakland, okay, you lost Khalil Mack. You want another one? I want that 4th pick.
Yeah.
I don't want anything. Okay, because good luck finding one in the draft because, back in the day, I hate to bring this up because we hate the Redskins, but remember back in the day when they used to win Super Bowls and Joe Gibbs was the coach?
Right.
They always traded their first-round pick for a great player that they knew could perform. You don't know what you're getting out of college. I mean, you see the tape, you know this, you know that, but you can't measure a kid's heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know what demons he has. So what I'm saying is I truly think he's worth that 4th pick with the Raiders since we have good relations with them. And, that's the only option. But then, that there's that other caveat, which is that shoulder thing. Now, what's that take, 4 months to heal?
Yeah, see, we playing a dangerous game, man. I mean, just from my small point of view, man, but it's good to hear you, man. What have you eaten that's been great lately?
What have I been eating?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've been pretty broke lately, man. I've been eating those ramen noodles. Those 33-cent soups. Yeah,
right. Oh, yeah, I know about them. Yeah. They're not only swell in the bowl, they swell in your stomach, too.
Make you feel full.
Yeah, right. It fills you up, though. I'll tell you. I'm not kidding. A little bit of Dr. Pepper, I'm good, man.
Yeah, we all try to save our money to pay D-Law, ain't we?
There we go.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Jay, appreciate the call, man. Good hearing from you.
You too, guys. Love you. Take care.
All right, brother. Sure. Well, let's take a quick break.
Good points. There's been some good points, man.
Yeah, we got a lot more to get to. Randall Cobb is now a Dallas Cowboy. Cole Beasley is not.
You know, Much Color hating on him already. Kurt hating on him already. Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
He ain't that good. It's all because of the quarterback that he. Yeah.
Lie. I never said a word.
We can talk about that.
Get me in trouble.
We just signed a safety that's not
Awful.
Earl Thomas. We added some depth.
I just got Kurt.
You throw me under the bus. I didn't say a word.
And then Robert Quinn rumors and why Kurt hates Randall Cobb already. When we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
KiBo Texas is 3 days, 6 stages, over 100 artists, including The Killers, Lionel Richie, Leonard Skinner, Ms. Lauryn Hill, Kid Rock, Alanis Morissette, Little Big Town, the Avett Brothers, Counting Crows, Pitbull, Sting, the Black Eyed Peas, and the list goes on. Don't miss KiBo Texas. Single day and 3-day passes are on sale now. Visit KAABOOTexas.com to get your passes today.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with sideline access and photo ops with current players, alumni, and cheerleaders. That's not all, though. You'll get to talk X's and O's with Senior Director of Player Personnel Will McClay and, of course, with yours truly, me, Brian Broaddus. You can trust the official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and with us, you'll travel like a pro. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Back from a 2-week break on the show.
Did you dry it out yet?
And back.
You have a heavy.
Wow.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day
Yeah.
festivities.
I got a new video game.
Wow.
Nate, you would love this video game. I have a feeling you would love this video game. It's set in the Old West. It's called Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, I've seen the highlights of that.
Oh, my goodness.
Is it slaughter and mass slaughter?
Well, they have this open world feature where you can just basically, if you just want to go hunt and fish all the time, you can just go do that, and that's all you do, and you can trade the pelts in for money and the meat and all that stuff.
Wow.
Or if you want to go kill other folks that are
playing other people.
Oh, yeah. It's like a big world, and there's probably 40 or 50 people on in that world with you at the same time. And your buddies can join, and you can form a posse and go hunt other people.
Wow.
You can buy and trade horses, raise horses. It's
Getting into
Man,
that.
how do you have time for real life?
I don't.
Wow.
That's what's driving me out. Go ahead, Kurt. Tell us about underwear.
Oh, yeah. In football, often the quickest plays mixed with some good old-fashioned ingenuity are the key to winning, kind of like Tommy John's horizontal quick draw fly. And it's the most intuitive, simple, and speedy feature that other underwear brands just don't have. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
I like that quick straw.
Kurt, why do you hate Randall Cobb?
I do not hate Randall Cobb. I never said I hated Randall Cobb.
What did you say?
We were discussing before the show.
Who's we?
Myself and Mr. Newton over there
Okay.
who's throwing me under the bus. We were talking about comparison of Randall Cobb and Cole Beasley.
What is comparison?
Comparison. It's a new word I made
Is that
up.
is that the editor's choice word of the day?
Yeah, that's right from the editor. The only mention that was made was Cobb's numbers, are better, but he's, he had a Hall of Famer thrown to him his whole career, and Aaron Rodgers, and how big a difference does that make?
You don't think Romo's a Hall of Famer? That's another show. Never mind. That's a whole other show.
Don't get into that.
Good.
What do you think? You think it's? I like it in the absence of Beasley.
I do like it. Yeah, I think it's a 1-year deal. It's not going to cost you a whole lot.
you could have got Cole back, great. But for that money and the trade off and the money value, I'm good with it.
The key is if he's healthy.
Yeah.
And he's battled some injuries. He's only played in 9 games last year, and so if he's healthy, I think he can be a big asset to the team.
Big what?
Asset.
Jeez, don't put a period in between those words.
Don't bring it up.
Man.
I can edit that.
Okay.
Yes, please do. For some reason, I thought he was a big guy. I thought he was like one of your 6'3", 6'4" guys. He's like 5'10", man. He's a small dude.
No, he played big up under Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers make you look bigger than what you are.
Yeah. And I talked a little bit to Broadus, and Broadus said that he's still got something left, and that he's a tougher version of Beasley. Like he can run you over.
So?
That's what Broadus
Better
said.
after the catch.
After the catch, yeah. What do you think about the signing, Nate?
You know, I'm gonna give it an even trade until I see how healthy Randall is. Mm-hmm. If he's healthy, I think he can help us.
Does he play inside or outside or both?
Both.
Yeah.
And the thing that I like about it is, this is what I like. We got 4 proven weapons up front. 4 proven weapons, and 1 still getting better. We got Amari Cooper on one side, who's a proven weapon. We got Randall Cobb that can play slot and outside. That's a proven weapon. We got Jason Witten back, who's a proven third down weapon. And we got Gallup outside, steady and proven. We got 4 guys that are proven, that's right there on the line, that releases off of the line. We have to wait for the running back to come out of the backfield. This year here now, when we allow our running back to come out of the backfield and we throw it to him as a drop-off, he can really make something happen because you got to pay attention to these 4 guys. Mm-hmm. You have to.
And then you got Hearns is going to be back in the mix from what it sounds like.
Let's wait till he get healthy, man.
Yeah.
Let's wait till, because that was an ugly situation.
Right.
Because if we go 4 wide receivers, if Hearns come back and be good, now we got something. Mm-hmm. We got
a little different going into this year than it did last year.
A lot.
Yeah. We got something.
Forget that committee approach.
Yeah. Signed a new safety over the weekend. I don't know a lot about him. Do you guys know much about him?
He was good at Cincinnati.
Yeah, he was a backup rotational guy last year in Minnesota. Well, they appeared in every game.
Yeah, he was just a guy though.
Yeah.
Is this a guy they're looking to bring in to compete with Heath or Woods, or is it just a guy they're signed for depth?
Well,
if they sign him for depth, I ain't down with it. If he can't come in and try to take one of these guys' job to make everybody better, no, I ain't down with it.
It sounds, from stuff I've read, it sounds like they want him to compete, especially against Heath. I think they like the way Woods is coming on. He's progressed. He'll be in his 3rd year. So I think, and plus he will bring some depth maybe. I mean, they've only got 3 guys, and how much Kevon Frazier, and he's more of a special teamer. So they needed some help at safety. Maybe it doesn't make them quite as desperate for that position going into the draft, but you want him to come in and compete for sure.
This thing should be setting up, man. I just think this thing should be setting up to get a defensive lineman. We got a tight end, and we even signed one, Cody McElroy. We even signed, we telling you, man, we need a dude that when he walked through that door, you be like, whoa,
yeah,
that's a man. That's a man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Added some depth at defensive tackle, Christian Covington and Kerry Hyder. Covington had 3.5 sacks last year?
Yeah, Covington with Houston might bring us a little something. I don't know if he's a starting guy, but they rotate those guys pretty heavily anyway. So
see, we got our starters though. We got Malik Collins and we got
Antoine.
But
the guy coming off the bench, which he did last year, and get 3.5 sacks. That's not
bad.
Yeah.
But I still think like Kansas City got this dude called Chris Jones, which they gonna keep. But I'm just saying, when you got a guy like that, that's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
And we lost a couple of friends of the show. I'm very sad.
How are you?
Jeff Swaim and Damian Wilson.
Think Swaim's parents are going to listen anymore?
Hell no.
Yeah.
No chance in
Hey,
hell.
but let me say this right here, man. Remember I was telling you, it's 2 guys I didn't really want to.
Those are the 2.
Yeah, because now who is that guy that plays Sam?
Mm-hmm.
That gets on top of that tight end in run situations, who gets on top of that tackle in run situations and hold his own.
Maybe they hope Chris Covington can. How off the rails is that? We have a Christian Covington and a Chris Covington, but maybe they hope Chris Covington coming back his second year.
When they signed him, I was like, wasn't that dude a rookie last year? Isn't he still under a 4-year deal?
He might be a guy they're hoping can fill the Sam a little bit. But these days, and they've said, Sean Lee can play anywhere, and the Sam linebacker doesn't take a lot of snaps. I wouldn't put him there either, but they've said that.
One of them big tackles headbutt Sean Lee, boy, shake him down to his knees.
And then the other big free agent news that's been floating around here for the last week or so, Robert Quinn came for a visit, supposedly visiting with the Saints today. I would not be mad about that at all.
Yeah, well, they've got a trade for him. He's not a free agent, but the Dolphins have allowed him to seek other options. But it'd be interesting. They can get the Dolphins to pay some of that salary. That might be worth looking into for sure.
He was a beast a few years ago when he was in L.A., man. He was – would you like that, Nate, or no?
If we get Robert Quinn, James in Miami, could be on to something.
Well, I mean, you don't have, you don't have Gregory. You don't know what Taco's going to bring in. They still kind of need some help on that right defensive end.
Yeah,
even with Lawrence here on the left side.
And that just played. We went out and got Gregory. We know his issues. We went out and got Taco with the 27th or 28th pick. Mm-hmm. And you telling me, that's what I was telling James. You got to have the right trade partner.
Yeah.
You can't be talking about, well, we'll get a guy with the 29th pick, the third. Yeah. And even though we don't know who, like my man from Rhode Island said, you don't know who got heart and who don't have heart because was a second-round pick. The guy we talking about, D-Law, was a second-round pick from Boise. But when he blossomed, he blossomed. And do you want to – this window is rolling. Do you want to just keep waiting?
Right.
I mean, you can't keep – sooner or later, you got to go out and get a player. You can't keep saying, okay, well, next year, after he develops, well, that's another year Dak has gotten older. That's another year Zeke has gotten older. That's another year Tyron Smith done got older. That's another year that the president. I mean, players keep getting older while we waiting on somebody else to develop. Mm-hmm. And we 9 in this. We 8 in this. And how long do you keep doing this?
Yeah. Let's go back to the phones before we take our next break. Irwin in Denver, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for calling.
Hey, listen, I want to touch on a couple of things, and really what Nate and y'all were talking about with DeMarcus Lawrence. I think majority of the fans are with Nate 100% that DeMarcus Lawrence absolutely is an impact player. He's made huge plays for us, and we'd all hate to see him leave by a trade. I think the trade thing is just kind of crazy, but with that also being said, I think really the majority of the fans are really upset the fact that he's kind of playing this, it sounds silly, it's like a silly game. I'm not going to get my shoulder done until this is done. And we all know that, when that happens, usually it takes 4 or 5 months for a player really to get back on track and really be impactful. And that's really ultimately going to affect the way the season starts for the team. And I think that's really what the fans are worried about. Is why are we playing games like this? Why is Lawrence? Why doesn't he just decide to go ahead and get his shoulder operated on? And, I mean, that's not going to affect anything, bad for him one way or another. The Cowboys are eventually probably going to make this deal, and he'll be ready for training camp. He'll be ready for all the OTAs, everything. But if he doesn't do this, that's really going to upset the fans. It's going to upset some of the players, Dak Prescott, Zeke, the other leaders on the team, the defense. And I don't know how that looks in the locker room if they kind of look at players,
this locker room look at it, get your money. Yeah, whatever tactics you have to use to get your money, that's how they're going to look at it.
And the fans
are the one that's going to,
they'll be mad as hell until he gets that first sack.
They're going to be mad. And I tell you, and you guys all know this, and I've done this myself. I've lived here in Denver most of my life, and I've gone down to Dallas. I spent thousands of dollars watching the Cowboys play over the last 20-something years. We ain't won squat. And it's hurtful. It's hurtful that, we have to endure this. The players also get paid.
It's hurtful that this is how I look at it. The Cowboys are doing what they have to do, and he's doing what he have to do. Now, the people that pays the price is the fans. Whether management do what's right or whether the player do what's right, the fans are the ones that get hurt.
And what you said at the beginning, Nate, you didn't really want to say anything because y'all work for them. But here's the deal. I'm going to say it. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones talk the talk, but they ain't walking the walk because they're always talking about we're going to keep our own, but they're not showing it right now to the fans. They talk about we want to win, but we ain't done anything. And I'll leave one more thing on the table here. I think that we really need to some way, somehow get up in that draft and get Williams from Alabama if we really want to make an impact.
That boy bad, ain't he, man? That boy bad to the bone.
Hey,
yep. Nate Newton's talking about somebody to stuff that middle and be an impact player and cause havoc up the middle. That's the guy we need to go after. And I don't care if we have to give up a few rounds of the draft, kind of like the Ricky Will. I know that was kind of silly what New Orleans did, but we have to absolutely get somebody like that. And I'll let you all go.
Appreciate the call, man. Thanks, Irwin.
That's a top 5 pick, isn't it? Quinn
I really haven't even.
I might have to go with Lawrence.
I haven't even. Is we getting Tay today at all?
No, she's out of town.
Okay. Yeah. Like I tell people, I'm not going to judge how management run their ship. That's their ship. I'm not going to tell D-Law, man, you need to go and get the surgery because regardless of what happened, you want to be ready for the season. That's their thing. That's his thing. But, man, I do feel sorry for this caller. Because, he up in Denver trying to raise sand for the Cowboys, and he ain't got a leg to stand on. Because Denver hey, man, we just got rid of a quarterback. We don't care. We got rid of a quarterback. We got another one. What y'all going to do?
Yeah, hey, and we took D-Ware from you whenever he was washed up, and look what happened. We got 3 more seasons out of it and a Super Bowl. Hey, man. All right, let's take another quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about more stuff on Hanging with the Boys.
You're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for a little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's time for tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
OtterBox? The overprotected phone case company?
Yep, and they've got an essential tool for your next tailgate party. The bear-resistant venture cooler.
Now wait. In all my tailgating days, I've never seen bears tackling brats on the blacktop.
And you never will, because a venture cooler with a locking kit is basically bear repellent.
Can't wait to try it out at my next tailgate.
That's been Tailgating with the OtterBox boys. Visit OtterBox.com to learn more about their certified bear-resistant venture coolers.
Do you want the most interesting, up-to-the-minute Dallas Cowboys news straight from the Star in Frisco? How about exclusive and on command? That's right, news and nuggets you can't find anywhere else. With our exclusive Cowboys content on Alexa, you can have all the answers, secrets, stories, and more. What's Stephen Jones thinking during a game? What's Joe Looney's favorite pregame meal? We take your questions to Cowboys players and coaches, and you can hear the answers directly back to you. Just say, Alexa, open Dallas Cowboys.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code DALLAS at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
That's what I'm saying.
We are back, Hanging with the Boys. back after a short break. Let me tell you about KiBo, fellas. It's a festival unlike any other, and it's coming to AT&T Stadium May the 10th through the 12th. The Killers, Kid Rock, Sting, Leonard Skinner, Little Big Town, Dennis Miller, and over 50 more legendary acts will be live at the multi-stage event taking place inside and outside at AT&T Stadium. That's going to be good that it's inside at the beginning of May because it may be a little warm.
It ain't just concert either, though. I mean, there's a lot. There's comedians, there's art, there's
food. Yeah. KiBo is a one-of-a-kind sensory experience that brings music, art, comedy, culinary, fashion, and indulgences together for a weekend you won't want to miss. A limited number of 3-day and single-day passes are on sale now. Buy your passes before they sell out at KiBoTexas.com. That's KAABOO Texas.com. You going to that, Kurt?
Well, not all 3 days. I have to see about maybe
I know you're a big metalhead. Are you a big concert goer or just...
Not much anymore. It's been a while since I've been to a big concert.
I mean, y'all slow down, man. You spend time with your kids, man.
No, yeah. You know.
They go in the room and Dad got on his earphone. What you listen to, Dad? Your dad put on his
I don't listen to that heavy thrash stuff. But,
have you ever
some old school rock?
Have you ever taken one of your kids to a show?
No.
What?
I haven't.
Don't ruin your kid, man.
You know, when they get a little older, might. But.
How old's the oldest one?
Well, I mean, she's a senior, but she ain't got no interest in that.
How old they got to be for you to say when they get a little older?
Well, we'll worry about it when it comes along.
What about you, Nate? You a big concert guy?
Never have, never will.
Really?
No, you know, I always figure like, man, why would I go pay $75 when I can buy $75 back in the day in CDs?
That's a ticket. You know, I remember we used to get tickets for like
$20.
I know.
Yeah.
Concert
now, concert is $300 if you want to get a decent seat.
Yeah. If you get down low, it is not cheap, man.
At all.
I wanted to go see Elton John just to say I've been. You know, he's kind of iconic, but man, those tickets.
What's the best concert you've ever been to?
The best one?
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine.
When? The old one or the new version?
No, it was like late 90s.
You want to see Elton John, just go see the movie Kingsman.
Well, I probably will. The other. He's got the other movie coming out. So, yeah, it was.
Pull up the movie Kingsman. He played a part in that.
Did he?
Smoking weed and all that.
What? Hey, before I forget, we got to get Cody McElroy, that you mentioned him, the tight end we signed. We got to get him on in training camp or something. He's got a crazy story.
He does. We saw him in the training table and didn't know who he was, but he's like a big athletic-looking guy.
Yeah, he started in baseball, played some college basketball, wound up playing football. I mean, he's got a crazy story. We got to get him on.
Yeah, before you give him a nickname.
Sounds like sounds like a project.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, before we go to the phone, Steven had something interesting to say about.
Yeah, we were talking about why they're not spending in free agency. The last caller said they're not doing anything. Steven had this quote. He said, "I don't think you're ever one player away. It's a building process, that whole theory that you're one player away. It's one we don't buy into like we might have in the past." So they're saying that he's basically saying they're not going to spend that big money on free agency anymore.
I don't have a problem with it. I do not have a problem with it. But D-Law, Dak, Zeke, Jones. I mean, who are these guys?
That's the thing. They can't spend a whole lot outside in free agency because they got to spend a whole lot on the guys they already got.
Okay, let's go over it again. Mm-hmm. Which one is they going to sign so we can at least get excited?
DeMarcus. They need to sign DeMarcus.
I mean, for real, I don't care.
I like a big pizza pie. It's Maori.
Douglas would like him to sign Amari.
Hey, can we let Douglas say something so he can stop with it?
Douglas,
say something.
Your mic.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, brother. You want him to sign Amari? Is that the hint there?
Yeah.
He just wanted to play the
Which
drop.
one?
I mean, Amari's the guy that you traded your first-round pick for. Nail him down long-term so that there's no chance that something happens that you don't have him.
Ooh, can you be...
So that's your first pick out of all the free agents we have?
Well, it would have been D-Law, but I am worried about that surgery decision he's made.
Yeah, because the longer that go, brother, it's going to play a factor.
I tell you what, if you're going to re-sign him, doesn't he have to be the first one you offer a contract to, or that just makes this situation 10 times worse?
Yeah, I would think. If we go off and sign Cooper, he's going to be like, hey,
yeah,
where's my money?
You extend any of those guys before you get him wrapped up. I think that would be bad.
I'm just glad I ain't in management.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, think about this. Those guys that work on the cap, like you don't have, like if we have a question about our jobs, we can go bounce an idea off of somebody.
Right.
You work in that cap, it's all those numbers, and then you're projecting out 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And if you screw that up, that's like
Which they have in the past.
That's like national news. If you mess that's not like you can go hide under your desk and close your door.
Right.
That's on ESPN, USA Today.
They've lived through that before. They do not want to get through that again.
I do not envy those. Who is our cap guy? Is that Todd, Adam?
Yeah, Todd and
two.
another guy. Yeah, Todd and Adam. Yeah, and Mr. Stephen Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are the cap guys. They the one that when they say, "Hey, what can we do?" Them three guys.
I would love to just have a 30-minute breakdown just behind closed doors. How does this work, and is there a spreadsheet you guys have? Is there an accountant that works on this with you? Like, how does that? I'd love to know that.
Yeah,
there's so much to that. All right, let's go to the phones real quick. Dallas and Jacksonville, how are you?
Hey, man, how y'all doing? I'm doing good.
You're doing great. Thanks for calling.
All right. First of all, Douglas is like the happiest guy I've ever met in my life on a phone call ever.
He is a happy guy.
Dude, Douglas?
Thank you.
Douglas is?
Well, yeah. He's like the greatest. He's just too happy.
Let me ask you this, because we don't get this side of Douglas. When you call, what actually happens when he picks the phone up? Walk us through this.
Here we go. Hi. Hey, we have a...
You're breaking up on us.
We got a bad connection, Douglas. We might need to get him a call back.
But if you do that, then he'll fall out of line.
Ooh.
Keep going, Dallas.
Are you still there, Dallas? Try it again.
Oh, no.
He gone. Oh, well.
Well, he's not going to think you're very nice anymore, Douglas.
Yeah, you hung up on him.
I didn't hang up.
Don't worry, just be extra nice when you call.
He hit the eject,
extra excited.
Hit the eject button.
I was taught long ago that when you produce a show, you make people feel like they're at Walt Disney when you answer the phone.
I hear you, man. So who you act like, Mickey, Minnie, or Goofy, or
Donald?
Donald. Yeah, I'll do the Donald.
That's a great way. You know what? That's actually a great attitude to have, because 99.9% of the people in this world that are Cowboy fans will never, I think it's 97% will never make it to a Cowboys game.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And then 99.9%, you are as close as they'll ever get to a player. So that's a great
Douglas.
That's a great attitude to have, Douglas. I need to take that through everyday
it gets
life
them juiced. It gets them ready to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have the funnest show.
Do we?
On this DC.com network.
Did we? Who voted that the funnest show?
Kent.
Thanks, Kent.
But you know one better than one Derek Eagleton, because we're in competition with
I
him.
know.
So
He hates us. He hates this show.
I think so.
Their show's so by the book, though. They have fun moments, but
they provide a different type of information than we
the
do.
radio show that I work with, I hate when guys are perfect. You know, they tease at the right time to look at the clock.
Right.
Oh, time for a tease.
Right.
Oh, time for this. Come on, man. Really?
I think we've actually teased a segment maybe 5 times in the 2 years that we've been on the air. What do y'all?
I told you how to get rid of Josh.
You were right. You were right. Kurt, what are you most looking forward to over the next, say, 2 months?
2 months?
Because the draft is going to be no pass by then, too.
Because you got the draft. You still have the remainder of free agency, what's left of it. You have
OTAs starting to come, right?
Rookie mini camps first, OTAs, then you got mini camps, and then you have, obviously, training camp will be the most exciting thing.
I think it's the anticipation of what they're going to do with these guys. They need to sign Lawrence. Are they going to sign Cooper or Prescott? I think one of those guys they got to sign this year.
During the season?
I think during this offseason. I think once the season starts, they won't do a whole lot. But I think they need to sign Lawrence and at least one of those guys this offseason just to kind of get their ducks in a row, because they all come due next year. And then, of course, I'm not a huge draft guy like, Brian and those guys. God bless them for all the studying they do, but it's not my thing. But I do enjoy the excitement of draft day.
Do you watch the draft?
Oh, yeah. I definitely watch it and keep up. It's fun. It's fun to do and all that, but I don't really learn about these guys till they join the team. So.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to the most next few months?
Who are they going to sign that's a core member of our team?
Mm-hmm.
Who are they going to sign? I would prefer it to be D-Law, but it'll be nice, just sign one of them. that's a core member, of teams, a guy that's been impactful for this last 2 or 3 years. I just signed one of them. I mean, I understand that, the Randall Cobb and the George, Loca, those are guys that are going to help our team. I believe that,
Yeah.
Covington, those guys are going to help our team, but those guys allow the other 4 or 5 guys that we've talked about that's possible free agents and that are free agents to be those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
assuming they get Lawrence done at some point, do you feel like they have to sign? Because I feel like they have to sign one of those other guys. Do you think they've got to?
I would hope they would want to too, man. It just, you don't want to get into next year. Now a bunch of guys come up. A bunch of guys roll into your lap.
Big guys too.
Yeah. So
what about you?
Probably draft, just because we don't have a first rounder, and I don't know if it's the right move or not, but I would not be surprised if they traded up to get into the first round in some form or fashion, just because I'm not real sure if this organization could let a whole round of the draft go by without them having some play in it.
Because if you ain't in the top 5 or the top 10, just don't do it. Yeah. I mean, don't. If it ain't a top 10 guy, don't do it. Just stay where you're at. Go out and get the fire hydrant and be happy.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that, but it'll be. I know how fun the draft is in this building, the energy and the nervousness, and you don't know what's going to happen, and you're probably 20 steps away from the war room where it's all going down, and you don't know if they're going to draft up or draft back or who they're going to pick. So for them to wait a whole night, I just want to see how that plays out, I think. And then obviously the new guys coming in, you get to meet them for the first time, and we do some cool content around it. So that'll be fun.
Had a chance to meet any of these guys yet? Social media?
No, Randall Cobb was in the building last week, and
went right out and worked out afterwards.
Yeah,
that's good.
Impressive, and from what everybody that met him said, he was like really, really great dude, and was like,
this dude ready to show.
Yeah,
he ready to show.
He said
man.
He's a professional. Like he was like, hey, can't wait to work with you guys.
Awesome.
So that'll be fun. Let's take one more call before we get out of here. Tim in Boston, before we get to Cowboys talk, is the city just depressed today because of the retirement of Rob Gronkowski?
Yeah, absolutely. They are. Everybody, it's like everybody's in mourning up here. Not me, but
your tight end came back.
Yeah, my tight end came back, so I'm happy. You know what I mean? So now maybe I can talk some noise. Because the last 15 years has not been easy being a Cowboys fan living in this town.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But at any rate, reason my call. I just thank you, first of all, for taking my call. Second thing is this. I agree with Nate. We need D. Lawrence back. And you know what? We need that fire hydrant. The last couple of years in the draft, and I have all the admiration and respect for our defensive coordinator, but, he's always been, give me the orphans, give me these guys, and he's done a phenomenal job. But we need to start up there. I mean, we have great starters, but there's not a lot of depth. But boy, I'll tell you, if that Rams game didn't show us where we were vulnerable in that Colts game, I don't think nothing will. Sign D-Law and let's go get that second, third, and like Nate said too, don't get stupid. Don't try to jump in the first and give away. No, let's stay where we are. Second and third round, pick some guys. Broader said we got some depth there in the defensive line, in the draft, and let's go forward. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Tim. Thanks for the call.
I'm going to tell you something, man. It's been some very good. I'm shocked for us not to be on there for 2 or 3 weeks and the callers call in and be right in line.
They were on point.
Oh, man, good debate from the trade all the way to, just hanging in there. I mean, even you hating on Cobb so early in the game.
No.
And even Douglas answering the phone in his Donald Duck voice.
Yeah.
Just an all-around team effort today.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Well, Kurt, thanks for showing up, man. It's good seeing you guys. I missed you guys.
Hey,
Nate,
I set Kurt up so sweet.
Thanks for bringing it. Douglas.
He set me up. He threw me under the bus.
Douglas Disney, thank you for answering the phones.
Yes.
Kent, thanks for keeping us on the air. Presley, thanks for scheduling everything. We will be back next Monday.
Grunt gone, y'all.
We're not taking off anymore. That's a lie. I'm going back to Mexico at some point. But until then, see you later. Hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?